Welcome, everyone, to another deep dive. Today, we're plunging into a topic that, on the surface, might sound a bit dry,
Mm.
automated inventory control and management. But I promise you, by the end of this, you'll see it as one of the most dynamic, um, really critical transformations happening in businesses that move physical products.
Yeah,
We're going to uncover how companies are fundamentally rethinking their operations to save, well, massive amounts of time and money.
indeed. And we've gathered some fantastic source material for you today. There's one article in particular that really nails the crucial distinction between inventory control and inventory management.
Ah, good.
And for any business, whether you're a small online retailer or a sprawling manufacturing giant, understanding these concepts isn't just about efficiency. Honestly, it's about competitive survival these days.
Right. So our mission for you today, our listener, is to not only cut through any jargon, uh, demystify these terms, but really show you the nuts and bolts, how these automated systems actually work, and also the very real financial impact they deliver, and the best practices for putting them in place successfully. Get ready to understand what it truly means to have the right quantity of the right item in the right location at the right time, and crucially, what that looks like on a company's balance sheet. That's a great overview of why this is so vital. Now, let's dive into that foundational concept our sources highlight. It seems really crucial for anyone looking at automation. The difference between automated inventory control and management, they found almost interchangeable, don't they? But the distinction is, well, you said it, critical.
It is. And what's truly fascinating here is that while they are, intimately related, they serve distinctly separate purposes. It helps to think of it this way. Automated inventory control systems, they're primarily concerned with tracking, controlling, and protecting the physical material itself, your actual stuff. Their main goal is just making sure that what your computer system says you have on hand precisely matches what is physically present in the warehouse, on the shelf, wherever. It's the absolute accuracy layer.
Gotcha. So if you're battling that daily mystery of where did that stock go, or, why does my system show 10 units when there are only 2 on the shelf? That's a control problem.
Precisely. That's control.
Yeah.
And then only once you have that meticulous control nailed down, then automated inventory management systems step in. These systems take that accurate real-time data from the control systems and use it for planning, specifically planning the replenishment of inventory.
Ah, so the forward-looking part.
Exactly. Their focus is on the strategic side, ensuring you have the right quantity of the right item in the right location at the right time to meet future demand. Planning, forecasting.
That's a really powerful point you made earlier. Management is impossible without control. Can you maybe give us a concrete example, like a business struggling because they tried to manage inventory without first mastering control? What does that look like in the real world?
Oh, absolutely. Imagine a popular clothing brand, right? They launch a new collection. Their management system, maybe based on past sales data, tells them, okay, order 5,000 units of this specific dress.
Sounds reasonable.
But if their control is weak, maybe they're miscounting returns, or maybe half their existing stock is misplaced somewhere in the back of the warehouse and not properly tracked.
Right. The system doesn't know it's there.
Exactly. So they might order another 5,000 units when they actually have plenty hidden away. And that leads straight to overstocking, tying up cash, needing huge discounts later on.
Ugh. Costly.
Very. And the flip side is just as bad. If their system thinks they have stock because control is poor, but it's actually gone, maybe theft, maybe damage, maybe it was shipped out wrong.
Then you get back orders. Angry customers.
Precisely. Frustrating back orders, lost sales. Our sources really emphasize that without that solid foundation of control, knowing exactly what you have right now, all the sophisticated planning of management systems, it's just building on quicksand.
Wow. It really makes you wonder how many businesses are, trying to run before they can walk, missing that foundational control piece. So, okay, with that crucial distinction really clear now, let's explore the actual tools, the tech that's making this transformation possible. Our sources break down the core components. Where should we start?
Well, let's begin with probably the most familiar one,
Yeah.
barcode scanning. It's arguably the most ubiquitous form of inventory automation out there.
Right. We see it everywhere.
And what it does essentially is replace slow, error-prone manual data entry, writing things down, typing numbers in with a quick digital scan.
Much faster, much less chance of typos.
Exactly. Employees can accurately record incoming stock, verify product locations in real time, and perform cycle counts, checking inventory levels much faster and way more precisely. The simplicity is really its strength.
That efficiency boost from barcodes is definitely clear. But I'm curious, are there situations where even that isn't quite fast enough? Or maybe where having one hand tied up holding a scanner becomes a real bottleneck in operations?
Absolutely. That's a great point. And that's exactly where voice picking systems come into play.
Okay, tell us about those.
As our source explains, these systems are ingeniously designed to be hands-free. Pickers wear these wireless headsets, and their WMS, that's the warehouse management system.
Got it.
The WMS audibly broadcasts the next bin location and the item they need to pick. It speaks to them.
Literally tells them where to go.
Yep. And the picker confirms they're in the right spot by reading back a short verification code, maybe part of the bin label. Then the system tells them, okay, pick 3 pieces.
And their hands are free the whole time.
Exactly. Both hands are free for handling the material, climbing ladders safely, driving equipment. It's a significant boost in busy, high-volume environments, both for speed and, frankly, safety.
That makes perfect sense. Okay, so we have barcodes, voice picking, and then there's RFID technology, radio frequency identification. This feels like it takes things another step further, right? No line of sight needed.
You're spot on. RFID really pushes the boundaries.
Yeah.
It enables wireless identification without needing a direct line of sight.
So you don't need to physically see the tag.
Correct. Imagine scanning an entire pallet of goods, still wrapped, in just seconds, without unpacking anything. RFID tags can be read in bulk, hundreds at a time potentially.
Wow.
It offers instant visibility into large volumes of inventory simultaneously.
Yeah.
This is a significant leap in efficiency, especially for, large distribution centers or high-value goods tracking. And what's truly profound about RFID, it isn't just the speed, though that's huge. It's the potential for what some call a digital twin of your physical inventory.
But digital twin, explain that.
It means your system has such a precise, real-time, constantly updated view of every tagged item. It's like a digital mirror of your physical stock. This enables things like real-time anomaly detection. Hey, this pallet moved when it shouldn't have. Or automated audit trails for high-value goods. It can transform compliance from a manual burden into an automated safeguard.
That's fascinating, a digital twin. So, okay, all this incredible data. It's coming from barcodes, voice picking, RFID. It has to go somewhere, right? And quickly. Our sources really stress the real-time syncing aspect.
Indeed. That's crucial. Modern automated inventory systems are almost universally cloud-based now.
Makes sense.
And this allows for that real-time synchronization of inventory data across potentially multiple sales channels, your website, your physical stores, maybe marketplaces like Amazon.
And seeing the same numbers.
Exactly. Across multiple warehouses, even across international locations if needed. So you get the centralized visibility of all your stock. Orders can be fulfilled seamlessly because every department, every location is working from the same accurate data.
No more selling something online that just sold in the store 5 minutes ago.
Precisely. And you get always up-to-date reporting and analytics. This instant data access is absolutely crucial for preventing those costly stockouts or the equally costly overstocking, ideally before they ever happen.
Right. And this isn't just a standalone solution, is it? These systems aren't isolated islands of data. They need to connect to everything else in the business, don't they?
They absolutely do. Which is why system integration is so vital. It's another core component. These control tools, the scanners, the RFID readers, the voice systems, they often integrate or need to integrate with other critical business systems.
Like what?
Well, POS, point-of-sale systems in retail, obviously, e-commerce platforms like Shopify or Magento, your main ERP, enterprise resource planning software, think NetSuite, SAP, Microsoft Dynamics, forecasting and replenishment software, even shipping and logistics tools.
The whole ecosystem.
Exactly. This integration ecosystem ensures that all parts of your operation are informed by accurate, current inventory information. It creates a truly unified and efficient operation. No more siloed data causing headaches and mistakes down the line.
Okay, so we've really broken down what these systems are, control versus management, how they work, the specific technologies involved. But the big question for any business decision maker is always going to be, what's the ROI? What's the tangible return? How do these automated inventory control systems actually impact a company's finances?
Right, and this is where the strategic investment truly pays off. Because implementing automation isn't just, a tech upgrade for the sake of tech. It yields significant financial returns across several key areas. It directly impacts the bottom line.
Okay, give us the headline. What's the first major financial impact people see?
Firstly, and often most dramatically, there's a substantial reduction in labor costs. Just think about it. A typical manual warehouse, depending on its size, can spend literally hundreds of hours a month just on routine cycle count.
Just counting stuff.
Just counting. Not to mention the time spent manually logging incoming stock, outgoing stock, verifying locations.
Tedious and time-consuming.
Very. Automation doesn't just cut that cost by making it faster and needing fewer people. It frees up those same skilled workers. They can now focus on more strategic initiatives, maybe optimizing warehouse layouts, refining inbound logistics processes, even developing new value-added services for customers.
Ah, so it turns a previous cost center into potentially a source of innovation.
Exactly. It turns a cost sink into a spring of potential improvement.
That potential for just reallocating labor, that alone could be a game changer for so many operations.
Huh.
Okay, what about the flip side of that? Avoiding costly errors. That must be huge too.
It leads directly to the second major benefit: minimized inventory shrinkage and errors. Human error. It's just a costly reality with manual tracking. Miscounts happen. Data entry mistakes, typos, lost or misplaced inventory. It's far too common.
It adds up quickly.
Absolutely. Automated systems drastically improve accuracy through scanning, RFID, real-time tracking. This cuts down significantly on shrinkage, whether that's from internal theft, external theft, or just simple misplacement. It also reduces shipping and receiving errors, sending the wrong item or the wrong quantity. And that, in turn, minimizes costly returns or customer complaints because you send them the wrong thing. Our sources note that for some businesses, these errors alone can account for a surprisingly significant percentage of their annual losses.
Yeah, I remember hearing about a small business once that actually lost a major client simply because of repeated shipping errors. Just basic miscounts. It's the kind of thing automation can just make disappear, saving not just money, but potentially crucial relationships.
That's a perfect example.
Yeah.
And it leads to the third key financial impact:
Which is?
faster order fulfillment. That real-time visibility we talked about, it directly translates to being able to fulfill customer orders accurately and promptly.
Happy customers.
Exactly. This not only significantly boosts customer satisfaction, which is invaluable for building brand loyalty and repeat business, but it also reduces the direct costs associated with order delays, with expediting shipments, with handling corrections for wrong orders. Everything just moves more smoothly, more quickly. It creates this virtuous cycle of efficiency and, yes, happy customers.
Okay, so we've got these options. Barcodes, voice picking, RFID, they all have their place. How do businesses actually decide which technology is the right fit for them? Our source material had a great side-by-side comparison that looked really helpful.
Yes, that's a crucial decision-making process because, as we've seen, each technology serves different operational needs and comes at different investment levels. Let's walk through some of those key features from the source, comparing them side by side. It should help clarify things.
Perfect. Sounds really useful for our listeners. Let's start with the big one, line of sight. Required or not?
Okay. For barcode and voice pick systems, yes, a direct line of sight is generally required. You need to physically see the barcode to scan it or visually confirm a location for voice picking.
Makes sense.
But for RFID, as we mentioned, line of sight is not required. This is a huge advantage when you're scanning things in bulk or items inside boxes or maybe things that are awkwardly placed or hidden from view.
Right. Big difference there. Okay, next, read range. How far away can they work?
Barcode scanning typically has a very short read range, just a few inches usually. Voice pick systems rely on the picker's own line of sight for that visual verification step. But RFID, it boasts a much larger range, typically somewhere between 6 and 40 feet, sometimes even more depending on the specific tags and readers.
Wow, 40 feet potentially. That allows for a lot more flexibility.
It does. You can scan entire areas potentially or items high up on racking without getting close.
Okay, that's a significant difference. What about reading activity? Can they all scan multiple items at once, or is it one at a time?
No, that's another key differentiator. Barcode and voice pick systems are inherently designed for reading or verifying one item, one location at a time, sequentially.
Okay.
But RFID, it can read multiple items simultaneously, hundreds of tags within its read range, all at once. That's where its efficiency really shines for large inventories and high-throughput operations like receiving docks or shipping portals.
Got it. Now, a quick note on cost per tag. The source mentioned barcode and RFID tags are low cost, but it listed voice pick systems as having a considerable cost per tag. Can you clarify that? It sounds a bit confusing since voice doesn't use a physical tag.
Right, that's a good point to clarify. When the source refers to cost per tag for voice pick as considerable, they're not talking about a disposable label, like a barcode or RFID sticker. They're referring to the specialized hardware. Each picker needs the headset, the wearable device that runs the software and communicates with the WMS.
Ah, okay, so it's the cost per user, the equipment cost, not a tag cost.
Exactly. It's a piece of equipment, an asset, not a consumable tag. So the initial per-user investment for the voice system hardware is indeed much higher compared to just printing a barcode label or buying an RFID tag. Thanks for asking that. It's an important nuance.
No problem. That makes much more sense now. And finally, hands required for the actual scanning or reading process.
Okay, barcode scanning typically requires one hand to hold and operate the scanner device.
Right.
But voice pick, by design in RFID, by its nature of reading ambiently, requires 0 hands for the actual scanning or reading process itself. This frees up workers to handle materials more efficiently, more safely, which can make a huge difference in overall productivity, especially in picking operations.
Okay, so pulling all that together, what does this comparison really mean for a business trying to decide where to invest their money?
Well, it really comes down to scale and complexity. For many small to medium-sized operations, standard barcode scanning, or maybe voice picking if hands-free is a priority, are often perfectly sufficient and cost-effective. They provide excellent accuracy gains for a reasonable investment.
They get the job done.
They get the job done well for many scenarios. But for large enterprises, companies with really complex logistics, maybe multiple large warehouses, very high volumes moving through, that's where RFID's bulk reading capability and its ability to track items without line of sight often become indispensable.
Yeah.
The efficiency gains at that scale can justify the higher initial investment.
So it's about matching the tech to the specific operational needs and the scale to maximize that return on investment.
Precisely. There's no single magic bullet. It's really about finding the right tool, or maybe even a combination of tools, for your specific job.
We touched on integrations earlier, connecting these systems to ERPs and so on, but our source material specifically dives into how automated inventory control integrates with POS, point of sale, systems. This sounds like it could truly revolutionize retail operations, going way beyond just ringing up sales.
It absolutely does. That direct connection between inventory control and the POS terminal streamlines operations dramatically. And it delivers several really key benefits, particularly for retailers.
Okay, like what?
Firstly, and maybe most importantly for the customer experience, it provides real-time stock updates. Every single sale scanned at the till instantly updates the central inventory counts.
Preventing overselling.
Exactly. It proactively prevents selling something you don't actually have. And if you've ever had a customer get angry because the website said it was in stock, they came down to the store and it wasn't, you know how critical that is.
Oh, yeah. That's absolutely essential for customer experience and trust. What else?
Secondly, it offers incredibly valuable customer insights. The sales trends captured right there at the POS. What's selling, when, where, maybe even to whom, directly help businesses forecast demand more accurately. They can tailor stock levels more effectively to what customers are actually buying, not just guessing.
Data-driven stocking.
Precisely. Thirdly, it enables seamless reordering. Automated low stock alerts, triggered by sales data from the POS, can automatically generate purchase orders within an integrated inventory management system, sometimes right from the POS interface itself. This reduces manual effort and dramatically speeds up replenishment.
Keeps shelves full more reliably. And what about online? Well, with so much shopping now being omnichannel, mixing online and physical, how does POS integration help there?
That's where omnichannel fulfillment truly shines.
Yeah.
This tight integration ensures inventory accuracy across both physical stores and online channels. Make sure everyone is looking at the same correct number. It's absolutely crucial for enabling modern retail services customers now expect, like buy online, pick up in store, or BOPS, or ship from store. Customers expect a seamless experience. They don't care where the inventory is, just that they can get it. This integration makes that possible. It's about meeting customers wherever and however they choose to shop.
Okay, so this leads us perfectly into the next step. We have accurate control. We have integration feeding real-time data. Now, how do the automated management systems use all this precise information to actually optimize stock levels? This is the strategic brain of the operations group.
Precisely. With accurate inventory control providing that solid, reliable foundation, the automated inventory management systems can then effectively plan a multitude of critical aspects. They move beyond just counting to actual strategic planning.
What kind of planning?
Well, this includes determining what products to stock in each specific location, maybe based on local demand patterns. Predicting how much of each product is likely to sell or be used in a future period that's forecasting. Identifying how much of each item should ideally be in inventory at any given time, setting optimal stock levels, safety stock, etc.
So it's not just telling you what you have anymore, but what you need, and crucially, when you need it.
Yes, exactly. calculating when to issue replenishment orders, considering lead times and demand, and even determining the exact optimal quantity of each item to order.
The economic order quantities, stuff like that.
Exactly, finding that sweet spot. The overarching goal here is always twofold. Meet customer service goals, don't run out of stock, while simultaneously maximizing net profits by not carrying too much inventory, striking that crucial balance.
That's incredibly comprehensive. It feels like it moves way beyond just counting widgets. It's about actively predicting and responding to market dynamics, supplier performance.
It absolutely is. These management systems provide deep insights. They analyze historical sales trends, they factor in seasonal demand fluctuations, they consider supplier lead times and reliability. This comprehensive data enables smarter, truly data-driven purchasing and stocking decisions.
And the bottom line impact of those smarter decisions.
It means businesses can significantly reduce the amount of capital they have tied up unnecessarily in excess inventory. That's a huge financial drain for many companies.
Frees up cash flow.
Massively. They also avoid those costly stockouts that lead directly to lost sales and dissatisfied customers. And overall, they significantly improve cash flow through leaner, more efficient inventory models. It's really about making your inventory work for you financially, not be a burden on you. But achieving the full potential of all this automation, getting those results, it requires more than just buying the tech. It needs thoughtful planning and strategic execution. Our source materials outline some really essential best practices for making the transition smooth and maximizing the benefits.
Okay, that sounds critical. Let's look at what businesses actually need to do before, during, and after implementing these systems. What's the very first step the sources emphasize? You can't just jump in, right?
No, definitely not. The initial, absolutely crucial step is to conduct a thorough workflow assessment. Before you even think about specific technologies, you have to understand your current processes inside and out.
Know thyself, basically.
Pretty much. You need to ask questions like,
Right.
where do errors commonly occur right now? Which manual tasks consume the most time and labor? What existing systems, like your POS, your accounting software, your ERP, need to be integrated with a new inventory system?
Mapping it all out.
Exactly. Our sources highlight that understanding this baseline, your starting point, allows you to target the most impactful areas for automation first. And it helps you tailor the solution effectively, rather than just, throwing generic technology at an undefined problem.
That makes sense. Measure twice, cut once. Okay, so after the assessment, then comes choosing the tools. And it's clearly not one size fits all, as we saw comparing RFID and barcodes.
Absolutely. So the next best practice is to choose the right tools for your specific business size and industry. Not all automation tools are created equal, and what works for a small e-commerce seller won't work for a multinational manufacturer.
What should they look for?
You need solutions that can realistically scale with your business growth. You don't want to outgrow it in a year. They should offer customizable features to meet your unique operational needs. And, crucially, they need to integrate easily with your existing tech stack, that ecosystem we talked about.
Right.
So, for instance, a small online retailer might thrive with a relatively simple barcode-based solution that integrates nicely with Shopify or QuickBooks, whereas a large distributor handling thousands of SKUs might absolutely require robust RFID capabilities, tightly integrated with a sophisticated ERP like NetSuite, SAP, or Microsoft Dynamics. Matching the tech to your context is paramount for success.
Okay, this next one sounds like where things can often go wrong if it's overlooked. Staff training. The best tech in the world won't use itself.
It's absolutely critical and, yes, often underestimated. Even the most advanced, perfectly chosen system will ultimately fail if you don't get proper user adoption. If your people don't use it or don't use it correctly, you've wasted your investment.
So what does good training look like?
It needs to be comprehensive, covering not just basic system navigation, but proper scanning or tagging techniques, how to understand the real-time reports and alerts the system generates, and importantly, how to integrate these new automated processes into their existing daily workflows.
Making it part of the routine.
Exactly. The source also emphasizes things like hands-on practice sessions, not just lectures. Tailoring the training by department or role, what the receiving team needs to know is different from the picking team. Providing quick reference guides for common tasks, and maybe designating some internal power users or champions who can offer ongoing peer support.
Like internal experts.
Right. Investing properly in training ensures you actually get the most from your automated system, and it significantly reduces resistance to change. If your team isn't bought in and comfortable, even the best tech just won't deliver its promised value.
Makes total sense. And finally, it sounds like it's not a set it and forget it kind of deal either. Installation isn't the end.
No, not at all. The final best practice is continuous monitoring and optimization. Post-implementation, it's essential to regularly evaluate how the system is actually performing against your goals.
What should they track?
Key metrics, things like have inventory accuracy rates improved? By how much? How much time is actually being saved on inventory-related tasks? What's the measurable return on investment looking at reductions in labor costs, inventory holding costs, shrinkage? Are customer service levels, like on-time fulfillment rates, improving? Is inventory turnover speeding up?
Using the data the system provides.
Exactly. Tracking these KPIs provides the insights you need to drive continuous improvement. It helps you identify areas where the system could be used better, maybe processes that need tweaking, or opportunities to leverage the automation even further. It's an iterative process of refinement, not a one-time fix.
Wow. Okay, what a journey through this world of automated inventory control and management. It really feels like we've gone deep. From truly grasping that fundamental difference between control the accuracy piece and management the planning piece, to exploring the powerful technologies making it happen like barcode scanning, RFID, voice picking, and seeing the massive financial and operational impacts it can have, reducing costs, cutting errors, speeding things up. It's clear this truly is a fundamental business transformation, isn't it? Not just, another tech upgrade.
Indeed. I think that's the right way to frame it. By embracing these systems, businesses can replace error-prone, time-consuming manual processes with real-time accuracy and efficiency. They can significantly reduce labor costs, minimize costly human errors, and truly optimize how they manage their stock. And the results cascade. Faster order fulfillment, which leads to heightened customer satisfaction, which builds loyalty, and ultimately a much stronger, healthier bottom line through more efficient and precise inventory management. It's really about building a smarter, more resilient, more competitive operation.
So for you, our listener, as you reflect on this deep dive, what really stands out, perhaps it's just the sheer potential for efficiency gains, maybe seeing how much time and money is potentially being wasted in manual processes right now. Or maybe it's the way this technology is taking something that seems, frankly, a bit mundane like inventory and turning it into a real strategic dynamic asset, something that can actively drive growth and competitive advantage.
And maybe if we connect this to the bigger picture, just as a final thought, it raises an important question, doesn't it? If inventory is arguably one of the largest, if not the largest, asset on the balance sheet for so many businesses, how many are truly underestimating its strategic potential? What kind of untapped competitive advantage could you unlock in your business by moving beyond just counting your goods and truly mastering their dynamic flow, their management through the power of automation? Seeing inventory not just as stuff you hold, but as a dynamic, controllable asset that fuels the entire business. That's certainly something worth mulling over.